Spice and Wolf is a Japanese light novel series written by Yasuna Hasekara, with illustrations by Jai Okura. ASCII Media Works published 17 novels between February 2006 and July 2011 under their Denki Bunko imprint. ASCII Media Works reported that as of October 2008, over 2.2 million copies of the first 9 novels have been sold in Japan. The series has been called a unique fantasy by Mainichi Shimbun due to the plot focusing on economics, trade, and peddling rather than the typical staples of fantasy such as swords and magic. Yen Press licensed the light novels and is releasing them in English in North America. A manga adaptation illustrated by Kato Kun began serialization in the November 2007 issue of ASCII Media Works seinen manga magazine Denki Mo. The manga was licensed by Yen Press, which has begun releasing the volumes in English. A 12-episode anime adaptation aired between January and March 2008, plus a single original video animation episode released in May 2008. A second OVA was released in April 2009 as a prequel to the second anime season Spice and Wolf 2, which aired 12 episodes between July and September 2009. Both anime seasons were released in English by Kadokawa Pictures USA and Funimation. 2 visual novels based on the series for the Nintendo DS were released by ASCII Media Works in June 2008 and September 2009. Plot: Spice and Wolf's story revolves around Kraft Lawrence, a 25-year-old traveling merchant who peddles various goods from town to make a living in a stylized historical setting with European influences. His main goal in life is to gather enough money to start his own shop, and he already has been traveling for 7 years while gaining experience in the trade. One night when stopped at the town of Paslu, he finds in his wagon a pagan wolf deity named Hollow who is over 600 years old. She appears to be a 15-year-old girl, except for a wolf's tail and ears. She introduces herself as the town's goddess of harvest, who has kept it blessed with good harvests of wheat for many years. Despite her responsibility to watch over the town, she wants to go back to her homeland in the north called Yoitsu. She believes the people have already forsaken her and that she has kept her promise to maintain the good harvests. Hollow wants also to travel to see how the world has changed while she has remained in one place for years. She manages to bargain her way out of the village by making a deal with Lawrence to take her with him. As they travel, her wisdom helps increase his profits, but at the same time, her true nature draws unwanted attention from the church. Characters: Kraft Lawrence, voiced by Junior Fukuyama. J. Michael Tatum. Kraft Lawrence, who chiefly goes by his surname, is a 25-year-old traveling merchant who goes from town to town buying and selling various things in order to make a living. When he was 12, he became an apprentice to a merchant relative, and set out on his own at 18. His goal in life is to gather enough money to start his own shop, and he has already been traveling for 7 years while gaining experience in the trade. He meets Hollow one night and eventually agrees to her traveling with him. She helps him by providing her wisdom which helps to increase his profits and get him out of jams. As the series progresses, both Lawrence and Hollow demonstrate a growing affection toward each other. Although Lawrence rarely shows different facial expressions, he truly cares for Hollow. He shows his affection through his actions, such as when Hollow gets captured by the church and Lawrence completely panics. Lawrence mentions he has been attacked by wolves 8 times. Hollow, voiced by Amikoshi Mizel, Brina Palencia. Hollow is a wolf harvest deity originally from a place in the north known as Yoitsu, which draws parallels to the legendary land of Hyperborea. She made a promise with men from a town called Paslu that she would ensure the town would have good wheat harvests year after year. However, as time went on, the townspeople slowly started to forsake Hollow and did not rely on her as they once did. As such, Hollow escapes from town in Lawrence's wagon and started traveling with him to see how much the world has changed since she has been in Paslu. Hollow has chosen the form of a girl younger than Lawrence, though she still retains her large white-tipped wolf tail and ears. At times she can produce an ear-shattering howl. Her true form is that of a very large wolf which many people revered and feared. She refers to herself as the Hollow the Wise Wolf. She is typically very haughty and self-sufficient, though due to her isolation for hundreds of years in Paslu, she gradually feels very lonely, and sometimes shows a more fragile side of herself. She relies on Lawrence for company as she fears loneliness, which is something that Lawrence is very aware of and tries to comfort her in his own way. Hollow is also very aware of the different time spans that she and Lawrence have, as a human lifespan is like a blink of an eye for her kind. Hollow is quite scared of that fact, but hides it with jokes. Although she jokes about her affections for Lawrence at first, she slowly but surely falls in love with him. She has a peculiar way of speaking, modeled after that of the Oiran high-class courtesans. She is fond of delicious food and alcohol, but especially loves apples. She takes pride in her tail and takes special care of it, constantly combing and maintaining it. Yare is a light novel and manga-only character. He is a farmer of Paslu and has a long history of facilitating deals with Lawrence. On the day Lawrence passes through Paslu, Yare catches the wolf in the town's yearly harvest festival. Instead, Hollow escapes to a larger sheaf of wheat in Lawrence's wagon. When they meet again in Pasio, Yare certainly knows of the existence of Hollow. He subsequently avows his faith in modern methods and seeks to turn her over to the church for burning. Chloe, voiced by Kaori Nezuka, Jamie Marchi. Chloe is an anime original character. She is a villager of Paslu and has known Lawrence for a long time. In fact, Lawrence taught her how to be a merchant. She had a slight interest in Lawrence, but tries to push the feelings away. Despite still not knowing how she should feel about him, she respects him as her teacher and a good friend. They later break off their friendship when Chloe allies with the church to capture Hollow and Lawrence. She substitutes for Yare in the anime. Nora Rent, voiced by Mai Nakahara, Leah Clark. Nora makes her first appearance in Volume 2 of the novels. She is a skilled shepherd from a church town named Ruvenhuizen. Her companion in this profession is a well-trained sheepdog named Innick. Lawrence entrusts her with a difficult task of gold smuggling after they meet. After the mission is accomplished, Nora gains enough funds to emancipate herself from the church. Fermi Amati, voiced by Saiko Chiba, Ryan Reynolds. Amati, who just like Lawrence mainly goes by his surname for business, makes his first appearance in Volume 3 of the novels. He is a young man who works as a fish broker. He has a crush on Hollow, and proposes to her. Due to Hollow's good acting, he believes her to be gentle, kind and a soft-spoken, polite young lady. After listening to Hollow's fake story of being Lawrence's traveling companion due to her owing him a huge debt, Amati attempts to buy her liberty and win Hollow over by publicly declaring a contractual deal with Lawrence in the Merchants Guild. However, he loses almost everything emotionally and financially after the pirate's price crash and Hollow's dedication to stand by Lawrence. Diane Diana Rubens, voiced by Akino Watanabe, Colleen Klink and Weird. Diane, who first appears in Volume 3 of the novels, is a chronicler, living in Kuma-san's war ghetto with other suspect persons such as alchemists. She loves to collect pagan tales and beliefs and has written them into a set of books. Lawrence has come to her to ask for information about Hollow's birthplace Yoitsu. Since Diane sounds like a masculine name, she asks Lawrence to call her Diana. According to Hollow, Diane is not human, but a bird even bigger than Lawrence. She fell in love with a traveling priest and spent a few years helping him build a church, but left because he noticed that she never seemed to grow old and became suspicious. Mark Cole, voiced by Rakia Kayama, Ian Sinclair. Mark Cole is a town merchant, a wheat seller in Kuma-san. He and his apprentice, Ulant, assist Lawrence in his contest with Amati, and provide dialogue counterpoint to Lawrence and Hollow. Eve Boland, voiced by Romy Park. Stephanie Young, cloaked and shrouded in mysteries, Eve is a merchant from the port town of Linos. Due to events in the past, this trader is wary of just about everyone. Although hard to approach, Eve is talkative under the right circumstances and has a keen eye for people and business alike. She is in fact a fallen noble that was once sold as slave to another merchant after her family's fall. She organized a secret smuggling operation with the church, then left it after she felt that they don't need her cooperation anymore, then made a contract with Lawrence. Her real name is Flyvonia Zental Mariel Boland. Media, light novels. Spice and Wolf began as a light novel series written by Yasuna Haysekara, with illustrations by Jaya Okura. Originally, Haysekara entered the first novel in the series into ASCII Media Works' 12th Dengeki Novel Prize in 2005, and the novel won the Silver Prize. ASCII Media Works published 17 novels between February 10, 2006 and July 10, 2011 under their Dengeki Bunko imprint. The tagline for the novels is "Merchant meets Spicy Wolf." An example of English. The author of the novels has commented that what meets in the tagline really means is kept a secret, alluding to a possible intentional misspelling of meets. In September 2008, the novels were licensed by Yen Press for distribution in English. The first volume was released in December 2009, and a new volume is released every 4 months. While Yen Press redesigned the cover of the first novel, a dust jacket retaining the original cover art was released to select online retailers, and Yen Press also bundled the same jacket in the December 2009 issue of their manga anthology magazine Yen Plus. Despite the different cover art, the illustrations within the novels remain unchanged. Yen Press later announced that future volumes of the series and reprints of the first volume would retain the original artwork while dust jackets would carry the new covers, citing that the redesigned covers were requested by retailers in order to appeal to a wider audience. Manga. A manga adaptation illustrated by Kaito began serialization in the November 2007 issue of ASCII Media Works seinen manga magazine Dengeki Mo. The first tankobon volume was released by ASCII Media Works under their Dengeki Comics imprint on March 27, 2008. 7 volumes have been published as of February 27, 2012. Yen Press licensed the manga series at New York Comic Con 2009, and began releasing the series in English in North America. Internet radio shows. An internet radio show hosted by Animate called OEKAMIKKU Radio aired 10 episodes between December 7, 2007 and April 25, 2008. 1 episode was broadcast every other week on Friday, and the show was meant to mainly promote the anime series. The show is hosted by Jun Fukuyama, who plays Kraft Lawrence in the anime, and Amiko Shimizu, who plays Hollow. The show contains 8 corners, or parts to each broadcast, which includes news about the series, comments and submissions from listeners, and a radio drama. A second radio show titled OEKAMIKKU Radio 2 aired 10 episodes between June 10 and October 28, 2009 with the same producer and hosts. Anime. An anime adaptation produced by the animation studio Imagine aired in Japan between January 9 and March 26, 2008 on the Chiba TV Japanese television network. 12 of the 13 episodes were broadcast, with episode 7 being a DVD exclusive. The episodes are being released in 6 DVD compilation volumes in Japan. Volume 1 contains 3 episodes while the subsequent volumes contain 2 episodes each. The volumes were released between April 2, 2008 and August 29, 2008 by Pony Canyon in Japan. Volume 3 contains an original video animation episode in addition to episode 6 of the television broadcast. A Blu-ray disc box set of the series was released on January 30, 2009. The series is directed by Takeo Takahashi, written by Naruhisa Arakawa, and character designs are provided by Kazuhiko Oda. Takahashi was quoted as being a big fan of the novels. The opening theme is Tabi no Toka by Natsumi Kiura, and the ending theme is Ringo Hiri, the wolf whistling song by Rocky Kak. Both maxi singles were released on February 6, 2008. The anime's original soundtrack was released on March 12, 2008. The anime is licensed for release in English by Kadokawa Pictures USA and Funimation Entertainment, and a complete 13-episode DVD box set was released on December 22, 2009. The series made its North American television debut on November 16, 2010 on the Funimation channel. A second season of the anime titled Spice and Wolf 2 aired 12 episodes in Japan between July 9 and September 24, 2009. Most of the staff from the first season returned, except for Toshimitsu Kobayashi replacing Kazuya Kuroda as the character designer and chief animation director, and Spice and Wolf 2 is animated by Brain's Base instead of Imagine. The voice actors from the first season retained their roles. Another OVA, animated by Brain's Base, was released bundled with a picture book entitled Spice and Wolf, Wolf and Gold Wheat, written and illustrated by the same creators of the light novels, and was released by ASCII Media Works on April 30, 2009 under their Denjiki Bunko visual novel imprint. Funimation licensed Spice and Wolf 2 and released the series in English on August 30, 2011. The second season made its North American television debut on August 31, 2011 on the Funimation channel. On September 11, 2012, Funimation released a Blu-ray DVD combo pack of both seasons. The April 30, 2009 OVA is included on the Season 2 disc as Episode 00. Visual novels. A dating and business simulation visual novel based on the series was released on June 26, 2008 under the title Spice and Wolf, Hollows and My 1 Year. The game is made by ASCII Media Works, playable on the Nintendo DS. The player assumes the role of Kraft Lawrence as he travels around with Hollow for a period of 1 year in the game. The story differs from that of the original novels or anime and is presented as an additional Spice and Wolf world. Mikoshi Miza provides the voice of Hollow in the game. The game was released on the same day in limited and regular editions. The limited edition was sold at a higher price, but comes with a life-sized poster of Hollow, among other things. A second dating and business simulation visual novel was released on September 17, 2009 entitled Spice and Wolf, The Wind That Spans the Sea. The game was again made by ASCII Media Works and playable on the Nintendo DS. The player once again assumes the role of Kraft Lawrence. Reception. ASCII Media Works reported that as of November 2009, over 3.5 million copies of the first 12 novels have been sold. The light novel series has ranked 3 times in Takara Jimash's light novel guidebook Kono Light Novel ga Sugoi. Published yearly, first in 2007, and fifth in both 2008 and 2009. In the 2007 issue, Hollow won Best Female Character. The first manga volume of the English release in North America debuted at number 4 on the New York Times bestseller manga list, while the third volume reached at number 3. In April 2008, the Maid Cafe Copyright Cafe with Cat in Akihabara, Tokyo, Japan hosted a specially themed event called Cafe with Wolf for a period of 3 days between April 4 and April 6. The event included 3 new items on the menu and tied in with the sale of the first anime DVD volume, which went on sale on April 2, 2008. People who bought the DVD from the Comic Toranona Akihabara on 10 store and brought the receipt with them into Cafe with Wolf were entered into a lottery to win rare Spice and Wolf goods. Notes and references. Footnotes. Citations. External links: Spice and Wolf official website, Spice and Wolf at ASCII Media Works, Spice and Wolf light novels at Yen Press, Spice and Wolf anime at Funimation Entertainment, Spice and Wolf at Anime News Network's Encyclopedia.